New on Curiosity Stream.
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns, reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new Connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at CuriosityStream.com. New on Curiosity Stream. How do you connect a 16th century potato to limitless energy production? Could Napoleon's toothpick have a direct link to a machine that predicts the future? And how can a 1700s conch shell chart a course to humans connecting their brains to the internet? James Burke's visionary series Connections returns for a new generation. Experience all new Connections. With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at CuriosityStream.com.
It's the pop culture field manual.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pop Culture Field Manual. I am Israel Wright.
And I am Cameron Fath.
And I am wired. I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah, that sugar-free monster doing you dirty right now, dude. I can see your hands shaking underneath the table.
That's right. I love it. I just need a little bit more. Just one more drink.
One more. Don't cut me off.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Nope. Okay, well, we are here, and we are on episode 4. Today, we are excited because we're going to be reviewing our favorite portrayals of warriors in video games.
Warriors.
Warriors!
Come out to play, yay.
And this will include anywhere from militants to fantasy superheroes
Militant
to
warrior types.
Swordsmen and the medieval types, not the ones swinging wieners around.
No, hard wiener-like swords.
Yes, meat
That's
cleavers.
a weird image. That's
don't.
weird.
Okay, scrub my
Let's move
brain
on.
now.
Let's move on.
Let's go. Anyways, well, that is what we got going on today, and I mean, I think it's gonna be fun. Just because looking back at like some of the video games that we managed to pull out, it's nostalgic for me because I played these growing up, and it's
I played a few of them too. You're gonna have to help me out with a few of these, especially.
And you're gonna have to help me out with a few of these too because we
best.
kind of went through these together, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And you're like, "Oh, this is this guy," and you were like, "Who the schmeck is this dude?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's that."
By the way, folks, if you want to help us out with topics, or if you just want to tell us how horrible we are or how great we are, you can go to pcfmpodcast@gmail.com. You can email us there, pcfmpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Because
absolutely.
Right now, this is episode 4, and we're just getting started. We're just getting warmed up. We want this to be a thing that we can continue on into the future together.
Exactly.
And hold hands doing it. So.
Yeah, and any interaction with you guys is awesome. Me and Izzy love talking and interacting with you guys. You have some awesome ideas, and you have some not so awesome ideas. Yeah, but regardless, we definitely want to hear what you have to say as far as what things we should do and what not.
Absolutely.
But without any further ado, let's get into this. So, Izzy, go ahead and pick one off this list here, and we can talk about them a little bit.
Let's do the first one on the top on the run on my sheet here, my sheet of paper here. BJ Blazkowicz from the Wolfenstein series.
Yeah, also known as Terror Billy. I don't have a lot of experience. I've actually never heard or even played. Well, I mean, if I haven't heard of it, I'd probably sure as hell wouldn't have played Wolfenstein.
No, Wolfenstein's classic, man. I remember Wolfenstein 3D back in the 90s, playing that. My dad was actually one of the first early adopters of like home computers, PCs.
Oh, really?
And I remember the 3D, the Wolfenstein 3D, and I love the old picture of him. You know, it would be like a photo of you, and that would be your health bar. And as your health went down, he'd get like more and more beat up
and beat up
bloody.
in the face?
Yeah, and by the time he'd have like a black eye, and he'd be almost dead as they
awesome.
got closer to death. But BJ Blazkowicz, he's that classic fighting the Nazis type hero.
Yeah, just crushing Nazi ass.
He's buff. He's got the giant weapons. He's got the Gatling gun. That was
that's
the
awesome.
best weapon you could get, you know. And
yeah, so it says here that he was an American spy of Polish and Jewish descent. So obviously, stomping Nazi ass was a thing coming for him. It takes it personally. It's like a personal vendetta he has, and he's gonna kind of play that play that mercenary, almost like revenge-filled role, which is cool. I'm Jewish. Did you know that?
I think you told me about that.
I am Ashkenazi Jew, the smartest of the Jews.
The smart Jews.
The
Okay.
smart Jews. Yeah, Albert Einstein was Ashkenazi, and I found that out a couple years ago, and I'm like, oh, no wonder I'm a genius. That makes a lot of sense.
It just flows in the entire
It does.
bloodline, man.
Absolutely.
People of the book.
And I mean, the guy, he's got the chiseled jaw. He's got the
classic features.
bright blue eyes, just a handsome Nazi killing war machine.
I think that's probably why, part of the reason why he's endured so much is that we're never going to get tired of video games where people are blowing away Nazis, you know?
Yeah, no.
And then he's been in, I mean, how many games has he been in? You know, I remember Wolfenstein the Classic, but then it's like they came out with Castle Wolfenstein again, then Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, you know? And, I mean, there's been like 4 or 5. And then they got, what is it? He has the one where his daughter is coming out. You guys can tell me, you can email me and tell me how wrong I am. But,
Yeah.
But, because I haven't played.
Please do.
I played Castle Wolfenstein or Return to Castle Wolfenstein, but I haven't played like the new ones. Even though Noah and I did the new Colossus on a Gameology recently. You know, you can go check that out.
I'll
on
be
YouTube,
honest, I haven't seen it yet. I have to watch it. I'm sorry, I'm
You
a terrible
son of a-
friend.
Man,
I'm a terrible friend.
If you're not in the Gameology video, you're
Nope.
not interested. All of a
Not
sudden.
interested, man. Can't support my friends. Won't support my friends.
Well, Cameron, why don't you take one? Pick another. One
Sure,
of your
man.
favorite
Actually,
heroes.
the next person on the list is super close to my heart because I obviously played them growing up exponentially, and that's going to be homeboy Master Chief. Everybody knows who Master Chief is. Yeah, cue Halo music.
Spartan.
You know, I actually used to, in my bowling league, yes, I was in a bowling league, I used to get in the zone and just knock strikes out of the park. I would put the Halo soundtrack in my AirPods and listen to it the entire time. Nobody
pump
talk
you
to me.
up? That's
I'm
awesome,
hunting.
man.
I'm hunting Flood right now. No one talk
I'm
to
hunting
me.
Covenant.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So he's biologically enhanced, cybernetically augmented, right? He's a super soldier, right?
Super soldier. Nobody knows what his face looks like.
That's right.
And they're 7 feet tall. They're
Right.
huge.
And
They're like
Cap. There were lots of different Spartans too, right?
Yeah.
Like different categories and stuff.
I think so. I mean, they have so many variations of the Halo games. I mean, you have Halos 1 through 3, Halo 4,
Yeah.
and then you have the ODST spin-off, and you have Halo Reach. And Halo Reach featured those other Spartans, and those guys were cool because they were a mixed bag of candy. Dude. You take your fucking pick.
different specialists and stuff.
Yeah,
too,
and
right?
also
Yeah.
there's like the big heavy Spartans, there's the sniper Spartans, there's the the close quarter Spartans. Super cool. I love that game. And I mean the online play, you can't go wrong with the online play. I mean you can play that shit for hours. And
Yeah, I played. My gaming history takes me all the way up through Halo 2, and I forget what I was doing at the time, but I just kind of I never had an Xbox. I would always have friends'
For
Xboxes that they. I know.
For shame.
that they would loan me, and I just kind of never. So that franchise kind of passed me by after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, dude, Halo's only available on the Xbox. You got to get on that train. Yeah, I was big into Halo 3 and big into Halo Reach before I left for the military, and that was fun. You just remember those days in high school when no parties are going on, so you guys just hit the party and go play Team SWAT and just max headshots all fucking day. Yeah, that was fun, man.
Can we dovetail just one more, another character in the same franchise?
Yeah.
With Sergeant Avery Johnson.
Sergeant Avery Johnson.
This guy's awesome because, I mean, he's clearly based on Sergeant Apone from Aliens, which is my favorite movie.
Not to mention
of
he
all time.
definitely he bleaches his patrol cap because that is the most straight, parallel to the margin surface patrol cap. That thing looks like he's hiding a bag of chips underneath it.
Yeah.
Like always has snacks available just underneath there.
That guy's awesome. No,
Yeah.
I like it. Well, I just like him because he looks like Sergeant Apone, who's awesome because Aliens is the best movie ever. So
Yeah, no, it's great. That character is definitely part of the success of that brand just because he's like the fearless leader of the USNC.
yeah, the
and-
hard ass, the hard charger.
ass.
You know,
And he's always saying those lines that you're just like, hell yeah, brother, let's fucking go crush some Covenant ass. He's awesome.
He's an
All right,
inspired figure.
let me hear another one of your picks, man. Or you want me to choose? Cause
you go because I'm looking at this list and I feel like you're gonna have to walk me through it because we got a couple people here from Call of Duty. Why don't you pick one of the two? that
Okay,
we got
yeah,
here?
I was responsible for these because that's all I know. Is
I'd love to
COD.
learn some knowledge, man.
I know. Well, we'll start off with ye old, and I say ye old because it seems like he's been alive since World War II, is Captain John Price. All right. He's in the Modern Warfare Everybody who's played Call of Duty knows who this is. He's always wearing the boonie cap. He's always got the beard.
Yep.
He's always just killing Russians.
Is he always British? Because I haven't played any of the early
yeah.
ones.
He's SAS, so his
all right.
origin is SAS.
Okay.
And he's probably one of the most iconic. I mean, Bravo 6 going dog.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
He's everything.
Here's the thing. Here's how popular that is. My exposure to Call of Duty is only through the Gameology videos.
Yeah.
I have never played any of the Call of Duty games except for Cold War, which has nothing to do with Captain Price, and that's only recently. But even I know Bravo 6 going dark. Like that's how popular it is.
It's. I mean, the spin-offs, the memes that have came from that little clip, and I think that was Modern Warfare 3 when it came out, right? And it's like he's wearing these nods, these super expensive quad nods in it, and he's wearing a boonie cap, and it's like, how is he attaching it? That's always been my thing. It's like, is he had it surgically implanted in his skull because he's just operating 24/7?
Maybe he's just got the skull crusher.
Yeah, the skull crusher. But even underneath, he always has to have the boonie cap on, no matter what. It's like that's part of his look. That's part of his identity. It's boonie cap or it's nothing.
You know what I like about him is from the gameplay footage that I've seen is he's unflappable. Mm-hmm. He never gets discouraged. Or, he gets discouraged. He never gets defeated. Like he never gets down. He's never nervous or scared. You have total confidence, and you look to Captain Price, be like, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, he's the definition of like the perfect leader, and he's so mission oriented. No matter what it is, he's gonna accomplish the mission, and he's gonna get it done because that's what he fucking does. Because he's Captain John Price.
That's right.
Of the SAS.
That's all. What's in a name? That's it.
Absolutely. And the second character from the Call of Duty series that I had to throw in here just because he had such an impact on me was Ghost.
Yeah.
Ghost is the man. His full name is Lieutenant Simon Ghost Riley, which honestly he didn't strike me for much of an officer type. He's pushing too many pencils and writing too many op orders. But yeah, no, this guy is like the most recognizable character from the Call of Duty Modern Warfare series just because of that famous skull balaclava.
Right.
Like the skull, everybody wanted to have some type of skull. Even, thinking, what is it? What is that one game? Army of Two?
Army of Two, where they got the face shield? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Army of Two, but like more real world. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I remember when he came out, everybody, because I was big into airsoft before I joined the military. Yes, I was big into airsoft.
Hey, no.
I was big into Milsim. I'm actually doing an event coming up for Milsim West, and that's actually, I told you a little bit about this offline, man. And that shit looks super intense. I had no idea how much detail they really put into those events.
We're going to have an episode where you just come back and tell us about your whole experience with airsoft.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. That was part of my identity growing up. And I remember everybody after this video game came on bought skull balaclavas and just was airsofting with as Ghost. And he doesn't say shit. He just gets after it and just does whatever he's told. And he's an ultimate badass, dude. I am the ultimate badass. That is Ghost.
That's awesome, man. Well, why don't you lead us into this next one, too? Because we got one more that you're more familiar with, and then I got a couple that I want to talk about. But take us into this next one.
Alrighty. Well, I know in the Gameologies I've mentioned that I was a really big Gears of War fan. Especially like Gears 1 and 2 were like my main jazz. Gears 3 came out. It kind of botched the series for me. The campaign, don't get me wrong, the campaign in Gears 3 was like the greatest thing. I cried.
What was it about 3 that kind of put it off the rails for you?
It was the multiplayer. The whole dynamic of the game was like you have to be good to play. It's like if you sucked, you got the shit wrecked out of you. And it's like they introduced the sawed-off shotgun, and like the most famous thing and what sold it for me was like close quarter battle in Gears of War was like the Nasher shotgun. It was like the pump shotgun or like the over-under shotgun. Yeah. And it you had to be good to use it. And then they introduced the sawed-off shotgun, which is like a 2-shot, anything in front of you, if it hits, it dies. So they kind of made the game like more appealing to people that didn't play it as often. But then again, that took the elite out of it, because like people with experience and whatnot, they could just have a brand new player come in and just kill them with a sawed-off shotgun because it was just super OP or overpowered.
Trying to make it for the masses a little bit.
Yeah. But anyways, we're totally going off topic here. Just me going on a rant of the sawed-off shotgun and how it ruined a great game. But Marcus Phoenix, the main fictional character and the protagonist of the Gears of War campaign, super badass. He's a sergeant. I'm a sergeant. We recognize real. and it's awesome because like the first one, he's just in this prison and he's just still jacked as shit, just being malnourished and the locusts are running around and he starts fighting again for the cog, and he's just an ultimate badass. I mean, Gears of War, everything about that game is like your military wet dreams. Like they got chainsaws on their fucking machine guns.
It's like real gritty metal and stone kind of, muddy. Yeah.
It's not like glorified, but it's just like everything's so bloody and gory, and they're chainsawing people and blowing them up and just like hanging bodies from the ceiling. It's super dark and it's super, super cool to me anyways. And I was like, damn, the COG PT routine is just all forearm curls, because all squats and forearm curls, because these guys have like these Popeye forearms and just glutamus maximus, just giant legs and giant forearms. It's crazy. I need to get on that PT routine, whatever they're doing. It should make a fitness video. Well, anyways, let's get it going, man.
Man.
Hit me with another one.
Okay, so this next one is fun for me because I'm actually playing the sequel in the series right now, but it's Talion from the Middle Earth series. So they got Shadow of Mordor, and then I just started playing Shadow of War on stream. So, Talion, he's a captain of the Rangers of Gondor.
That's what appealed me to it. Rangers.
Former
We've
Ranger.
been ranging for as far as Middle Earth is concerned. We're everywhere.
That's deep recon right there.
It is.
And I say former Ranger because those that have played, they know that he gets killed.
Yeah.
And then his body gets possessed by Celebrimbor, an ancient elven... an ancient elvish lord who is actually responsible for the creation of the Rings of Power. So he's the main character, and so it's just killing Uruk left and right, and then he gets the power to kind of take over their minds and build up these armies, of Uruk and ranging all across. And he's got a tragic story. His wife and son are killed by the Dark Hand, and then he's just on a revenge trail after that.
I know, just slaying.
Yeah,
orcs.
slaying. I love the fighting styles in the game. I love his kind of tragic story. And then Celebrimbor also has a tragic story, so it's a double tragedy.
So much tragedy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. He's an all around. He's kind of that outdoorsy kind of like that ideal that you think of, like that out living in the woods.
He's a ranger, dude.
He's a ranger.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like Aragorn.
And like Aragorn, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, find him in the forest, just on prowl. He doesn't really have a home except for the outdoors. He's always on the move.
Yeah,
and he's an amazing swordsman.
Yeah, he's kind of bodies. Yeah, he's a lone figure. So all he's got to live for now or die for is the thrill of the blood, the blood hunt.
Thrill of war fuels his machine.
The shadow of war. This English accent.
He's awesome, man. I'm glad you brought that up because Lord of the Rings is very dear to my heart. I mean, fuck, I got a tattoo. I got a Balrog tattoo on me.
An awesome Balrog tattoo.
I didn't even notice when I was in your room the other day. Yes, I was over at his house, and I won't tell you what we were doing in his room, but you had that. I noticed you had that depiction of Durin's hammer or Durin's Bane and Gandalf, and that's the exact tattoo I have. And I was like, that's fucking sick, man. I'm gonna have to steal that.
Yeah, man.
That's super cool.
Comic-Con purchase. That was fun.
Dude, that's great. We're gonna have to go to Comic-Con.
We will,
Check
man.
it out. All right, hit me with what's underneath. You put that in there, and I think
I had to, man.
Yeah, you
I had to. This is one of my favorite superheroes, but I mean, it's just so iconic and classic. Captain America.
Cap.
Got the Cap, man.
Can't go wrong with Cap, man.
No, man. And I know, I just love that Captain America he's from an era when it was like, he was just a patriotic dude, man. He just wanted to fight for his country.
He's a barrel-chested freedom fighter.
Yeah, and he wasn't obviously in the beginning. He's a scrawny little dude, but he had the heart and the mind of a soldier and a patriotic American. And then it was just by virtue of the super soldier serum that he got to go and become Captain America.
Yeah, I think they did an amazing job with those movies as far as just like portraying them. The actor, what's his face?
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans did a great job portraying him, especially in the beginning. He's just a small, scrawny guy, but he had the warrior spirit, right?
Yeah,
he had that selfless. Yeah, he's like selfless sacrifice, even with his physical disadvantages. He just wanted to fucking fight and kill Nazis.
Yeah, man.
Like that's all it fucking takes. I mean, look at the most decorated warrior in Army history.
Is that who is that?
In World War II, Audie Murphy. I'm sorry, I drew a blank. But yeah, look at Audie Murphy, dude. He was like one of the smallest guys in the platoon, but he racked up everything. He was one of the most fearless warriors in World War II. Mm-hmm. I mean, they had at 375 right there next to Airborne School and down the street from 375 is Audie Murphy Gym.
No way.
Yeah,
That's right.
Named
That's
after
right.
him. Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
man.
That dude is a living, shining example of size doesn't matter in a firefight.
That's right.
It's just
Yeah.
your will to fucking destroy.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the things I appreciate about Captain America is he believed in something. He believed in America, and
Exactly.
and that's it's a different podcast talking about how things are today. But I think that it's still valid. The American shield is. I mean, he's literally dressed in the flag. You know what I mean?
That generation in itself was just so driven to the patriotism that existed in the 40s and the 50s. We don't have that anymore.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, there's nothing like a world war to bring people together.
Exactly. That's not a huge tragedy.
And I hope that he continues to be an inspiring figure long into the future for people.
Absolutely, man.
So.
He's definitely a great example of what the military mindset of individuals needs to be. You're fighting for freedom. You're fighting for the guy left and right of you, and you're fighting for goddamn America, baby. It's
So
awesome.
something worth fighting for. All right,
Here's an honorable mention. That's
Honorable
thrown
mention.
in.
Yeah, we'll throw it
Tell
in
me about this because they are special forces.
that's right. The last one we'll throw in here is Sonya Blade from the Mortal Kombat series.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and when I think Sonya Blade, I'm thinking of the first actress who ever played the first Mortal Kombat
Mm-hmm.
movie because I actually liked her. I thought the way that she did everything. I actually recently saw the latest Mortal
One.
Kombat.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's fun. It's a fun time. I don't think I'm as much of a fan of the actress playing playing Sonya Blade now. But all that to say, she's special forces. I don't know what they mean by special forces because I think in the new Mortal Kombat movie she's got the brown. Everybody's a ranger these days.
Yeah, it's because Rangers are fucking badass, man. Everyone wants to be
Maybe I think they had some problems with the patch placement and the uniform.
they definitely
wars.
had a lot of costume. That was big on social media with that thing. It was.
Yeah.
I know I was a little involved, and I was like, dude, this looks like they legit printed these scrolls off on a paper and glued them to Velcro and slapped them on it. They looked like shit.
But one thing I can say is like it's
a fun movie.
It's fun and Sonya Blade is fun because I've always appreciated badass women, man.
Yeah,
strong
empowered
women. Women who they got the fighting skills, and
Exactly.
stuff. They got the strength, and I've always been impressed by that. So Sonya Blade, she came back. I mean, this was like what the '90s, early
Yeah.
'90s that Mortal Kombat first came out. I always dug her,
Yeah, she's
And
cool, man.
Yeah, and she was really. Now the actress's name is escaping me who first played her, but she did a really good job. She's after Kano, going after the Black Dragon, the criminal syndicate and stuff like that. And she was really fun. She stuck it out. She's still in the new games today. She's still an
Still
iconic
going strong.
character, strong, empowered female, just like Lara Croft and all, and that lineage of strong characters in video games. and
It's
stuff,
super
so.
cool, man, to see that. Well, man, I think we came up with a pretty bitchin' list as far as these. I think we have a good mix
Yeah,
of
good mix
characters that
different video game
represent just the warrior spirit in video games really well.
And all of you, and I want everybody to let us know who they would have on this
Exactly.
list as
Yeah.
well.
Send an email to pcfmpodcast@gmail.com with with your list, and we'll definitely take a look at it and either tell you to fuck off or we'll say, yeah, man, that's super cool.
We'll send you a ribbon in the mail.
We'll send you a ribbon. All right. Well, I think it's time to switch gears here, and that's not a Gears of War joke. That is time to play our game to end our podcast. What do you want to tell us a little bit about how we're going to play this game here, Israel?
Basically, I'm going to give you a short phrase connected to a certain video game, and you have to guess which video game it comes from. We got a couple that we can go down the list through. I can feed you one, you can feed me another one.
Okay, yeah, we just have looks like three words here that we're gonna try to guess what video game coincides with them, and our producer Chris has all the answers, and he's either gonna flip us off or give us a thumbs up.
He'll probably flip us off anyway.
He'll probably flip us off anyways. He's a jolly guy. But all right, so
you
it looks
go
like
first, man.
sure, I'll go first. Okay, give me the answer to this one.
Okay.
Outer Space Ring.
I mean, I think that's a pretty easy one. I'm gonna have to go with Halo.
Is it Halo? Ding 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 ding!
Yeah.
Right on, man. Outer Space Ring. Honestly, I'm gonna suck dick on these ones.
What? You never know, man.
I never know. I don't know.
Come on,
Hit
give
me
me
with the
okay.
next one. Hit me with the next.
I'll
one.
even give you the tone of the phrase.
Okay.
Finish him.
Oh, that's an easy one. Thanks, man.
There you go.
Maybe I'm not. That's Mortal Kombat.
There you
and it's
go.
funny because we just talked about these, so it's like we kind of buttered ourselves up.
Mm-hmm.
Got a nice warm and fuzzy in my testicles,
Little tingly.
little tingly. Okay, here's one. Tell me what you think. Plumber saves the world.
Oh man, this is an easy one too. I mean, it's got to be Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario.
Mario Brothers, Mario, Luigi. It's me, Mario.
It's me, Mario. Always going after Peach.
I know Princess Peach always getting herself in trouble.
How do you think Luigi feels about that? Is he like jealous? Or are they double tapping, or what's the deal? Is that Mario's woman?
Maybe. Mario's with Peach, and then Luigi's with Daisy, because Daisy's the other
Daisy,
princess.
the other.
She's from the original Mario Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Super Mario Brothers. She was the original princess.
They just
so.
love free mustache rides, apparently.
Oh.
All right,
All right.
let's keep it moving, man.
All right, you got this one. I believe
Okay.
in you. All right. Big chainsaw bayonet.
Oh, that's easy. Gears of
There you
War,
go,
baby.
there you go. See,
Yeah.
you're 2 for 2.
Chris,
That's
you-
awesome, man.
Man, how about a challenge here? No, I'm kidding. I'm glad these are kind of a giveaway.
So we can leave happy. With
So
our
we can
heads
leave
held
happy,
high.
so we don't feel like complete fucking morons walking out of here. And I'm like, God damn, I got to do some research.
Give
But
me this last one.
is this the last one? Or we
I
have
think
a
it
couple?
is.
Oh, we got a couple more. It looks
Oh, we
like.
do? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Grand Theft Horse.
Well, okay, so it's not Grand Theft Auto, because that would be too easy. But where do you steal Grand Theft Auto? Well, okay, all right. I think I played it on stream last year.
Yeah, I think
Red
so.
Dead Redemption 2.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, all right,
There
cool.
we go.
All right,
And
cool,
Grand
nice.
Theft Horse.
Yeah.
Nice one. I like what you did
I didn't
there,
do
Chris.
that a lot, okay? I had my horses stolen from me. I was a good person.
You didn't
all
steal
right?
anybody's
I wanted
horse?
to get the high karma ending.
So how would you get your... it's based off karma?
Yeah, well, there's 2 different endings in the game. You could have if you had good karma, you did good deeds throughout the game, you'd get the good ending, and if you had bad karma and you were like a horrible person, you get a different ending. So
Interesting.
I always
That's
have
a
to
cool
get
game.
I
That I
can't.
haven't played it, so I don't know.
Oh,
I played GTA though. I was punching hookers and stealing cars since I was, a wee Todd.
So you got the good karma ending. That's good.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Okay, hit me with the next one.
Okay. I'm not even sure I know. This
I don't
one.
know what this one is.
Giant robot Hitler.
Giant robot Hitler,
Giant robot Hitler. Giant robot Hitler.
dude.
I mean,
Right when I speak way too soon, I'm like, Chris, what was the fucking challenge? So I'm just like, giant robot Hitler. That one movie, it just pops in my head about like that on Netflix. It came out and it just has like the giant robots, Nazis, and there's Hitler in it. There's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and there's
Oh, you're talking about Kung Fury?
yeah, Kung Fury. That's all that's popping in my head right now. But giant robot Hitler is
That seems like
is that like Metal Gear or is that like a Metal Slug? No.
Oh,
All
man.
right, what is it?
Wolfenstein 3D.
See, I
Oh,
never
okay.
played.
I thought that was the obvious answer. I'm like, it can't be that easy.
Really? Okay, then maybe I'm just a fucking moron. Okay. God. Okay. Well, 2 for 1. That's not bad. That's about what I'm used to on my tests. Okay. Moving on. Umbrella Corporation Mischief.
Oh, well, that's too easy. That's Resident Evil.
It has to be Resident
Yeah,
Evil,
that's
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I like the mischief. It's not,
Have you played a lot of the Resident Evils? I watched a lot
Yeah.
of the movies.
I played everything from 1 through 5. I missed 6 and I haven't played 7. And I know Village 8 is coming out soon. And everybody's been talking about it. They want me to play it on stream and stuff like that. I would
Yeah.
really like to play it. I don't know. You guys can tell me.
It's-
you can
that
come on the
has-
stream. Let me know if I need to play 7 before I play 8.
Yeah, the new one coming out, that just has that really tall, big
Lady
titty
Dimitrescu,
lady.
yeah, she's like 9 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
I guarantee you, I'm not gonna be fooled. I guarantee you, she's gonna turn into a monster at the end.
Some
of the game.
has to.
She's gonna get
It's
all
not
warped
Resident
and crazy
Evil
and
without
stuff.
some real bad
Yeah.
monster transformation. Okay, moving on because we're running out of time. All right.
Okay, last 2. Lightning round. Omaha Beach Landing.
Medal of Honor. Oh, easy,
Nice,
easy, baby.
nice.
Come on, 2nd Ranger Battalion,
Okay.
5th Ranger Battalion, lead the way. All right, last one. Animal fight training.
God, it's got to be Pokemon, right?
Damn,
Hey,
I
all
wasn't
right.
thinking about that.
I choose you.
I was like, what is that?
Cameron
Star Fox.
Fast. They do. They are animals.
They're
they have
animals
to train
and
and
they're
fight.
fighting, and that's what I. Damn. Well, actually, I had a lot of fun playing that.
Yeah, me too.
That was
unexpectedly.
I know. I mean, you beat me. It looks like you're the winner of this round because of fucking Wolfenstein.
It's all right. You owe me a Coke.
I owe you a Coke. I owe you some Coke.
Well,
8 ball. Well, I think that's all the time that we have for this episode of PCFM Podcast. What did you think, man?
I thought it was good. I think every time we do this, we get a little bit better and better. And I think as we go, we're gonna kind of hit our stride, and
I think so.
It's gonna be amazing. I definitely want to hear from people.
Yeah.
I want people to know, because it's pop culture, and we're kind of going through like our kind of nostalgia, kind of remembering our stuff. But then I want to kind of start having shows about like just like current event kind of pop culture topics.
Yeah,
You know, like
and even just branching off into something that we don't talk
Right.
about, because we're focused a lot on movies and video games
Yeah,
right now. So if
exactly,
you guys, like I said, me and Izzy want to interact with all the listeners out there, please send us an email at PCFMpodcast.
You want us to talk about our
gmail.com.
experiences? You want to talk, whatever. you
Yeah,
know.
let us know what you want to hear, because I mean, we're planning on doing this for a little bit. I mean, until we get canceled, which probably is like next week. But hell, we're having a fun time doing it.
That's
so.
right. Until they take us off the air.
Great. So, thanks for listening, guys. Please subscribe to Pop Culture Field Manual on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you tune in for the podcast. It could be your mom's basement, in your mansion, or, I don't know, in your sex dungeon. I think I said that one time, but I mean, it still applies. You can send us any love or hate, or to any of our social media, or email us at pcfmpodcast@gmail.com. That is pcfmpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you want to hang out with me a little bit more, I live stream on Twitch. You can go to twitch.tv/myhappyself. I broadcast Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 to 8 p.m. Pacific time, and Friday mornings from 7 a.m. until noon. And Cameron is often a guest on the show.
I like to appear. It's a good time. I love the community there. It's awesome. And I'm sure I'm going to hate this community. But also, if you guys want to check out my clothing brand, you can find it on Instagram at KickGodApparel, or you can go to the website at www.kickgodapparel.com. It's a brand with a great cause. We create awesome streetwear that supports the surrounding communities that are in need of help in the Los Angeles area. I'm hoping to create some new charity events that we just did our first one not too far back, but with your guys' help, I'm sure we can start pushing out some awesome initiatives and also produce some dope gear for you guys. We'll see you next time.
Later, folks.
Until then, buy low, sell high.
New on Curiosity Stream,
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns, reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at CuriosityStream.com.